2.4 volts. So pretty interesting. I'm going to try and turn the key on and off here and just try to see if I can get some activity, because this is just being bonkers.
What is going on, everybody? Brian Mann here, hands-on auto training. In this video, we got ourselves a 2016 Escalade that is basically a no start, no crank situation, but it also has other intermittent problems going on all the time that are all probably going to be related to what we find here. Be sure to check out handsonautotraining.com. We've got the free low-speed CAN bus diagnostic guide, if you will. It's everything you need to know about that. You can sign up, get that for free at handsonautotraining.com, and it'll help you out in situations like this Cadillac we're dealing with. So take a look, let me know what you think, and I'll catch up with you at the end.
Guys, we got ourselves a 2016 Escalade that's got all kinds of weird issues. I'm not 100% sure of everything that's going on here, but I do know the low-speed bus does not look good. I originally tested with the OTC, basically testing it. We did have activity there, but check this out. Right now we don't have any activity. I am probed into this low-speed CAN bus, and you can see we've got ourselves, what, approximately 2.4 volts. So pretty interesting. I'm going to try and turn the key on and off here and just try to see if I can get some activity, because this is just being bonkers. I've had some interesting findings here. I'm going to try and push and hold this start button, see if we can get this to key up. I do have some interesting things for you, just so you guys know. JX200, the first splice of the low-speed bus, is really hard to get to. It's way up in here, very difficult to get to. Well, this is stuck at 2.5 volts. Let me go back on the other side of this thing. Just so you guys know, I did unplug the blind spot module, thinking maybe I'd get lucky there. I do believe it was number C right here. So I do have the U test lead kit going on. There we go. We've got our CAN bus activity back for a low speed CAN. That's looking pretty. I like it. Let me see if this thing will key up. Come on. Push and hold. Action required. We're trying to get this to key up here. It's definitely not in park. They told me that. It's always a challenge when you get to shops and they've kind of got things halfway for you. We keep on having various actions here. I think this thing's got to get back into park. I did have it start one time, just so you know, but take a look at this scope pattern. You guys watch the scope, and I'm going to go over here and plug in this C leg, pin C of this thing right here. I'll get this plugged in so you guys can watch and see what happened to that scope. You guys get to watch it. I got to walk all the way back and see. Oh, look, goes right to 2 volts. So I'm very concerned with whatever's on that pin C. And just so you know, the cluster did flash. Some weird stuff happening here. All right, so there you go. Once I get that pin C undone, let's take a look on all data and see where the heck that is. So I make sure we're on the right junction. Just so you know, the JX200 is the first one. This is by the DLC, up behind the BCM area, and JX300 is over here. So when I plug in C is when we have all of our problems. Side object sensor module left. Now here's the thing, I already unplugged that. But there is this X495. Right now, I'm almost 100% sure I left that thing unplugged. Let's go take a look. Gonna take you guys right here. I'm pretty confident that I left this thing unplugged. Side object module left. It is unplugged right there. This thing has been in some accidents. A little bit crusty and rusty underneath here. I'm not sure what to make of that, but I think at this point, maybe I ought to find this JX, what is it, JX, whatever number it was. There's a connector for this. Usually, I'm used to these things going directly into the harness this way. This harness goes along the bumper, goes behind the bumper. I don't know where it goes. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's a big old connector here. I like this guy. Look at this. This thing's all messed up. This whoever had done the work on this didn't do a great job. So there's our object module for the right, And I bet you this big old connector right here is probably what we might have a problem with. I'm gonna have to put the camera down so I can play with it. All right, check that out. I think that's our problem. Gonna need all kinds of fun stuff here. Look at the other end. Whew. Water's been getting up in there, corrosion, all kinds of fun stuff. So this connector, I'm sure goes over there. I'm gonna take a look at the CAN bus capture real quick. How are we looking here? Okay, so this looks good. And I bet you we could probably plug in our leg C of this down here. It's hard to do one-handed, guys. I'm trying for you. There we go. We should have leg C in. Got those all in there. Did I miss one? Oh, why is that? Look like it's not in there properly. Hold on. That should be okay. Well, let's just take a look at what we have on the scope. Yeah, so that's looking good. Let's go ahead. Oh, look, we got the shift to park message. Let's see if I can turn this off. You know what? It's not going to turn off, I bet now, because it's let's start it up. There we go. Starts and runs. That's a beautiful thing. Got a lot of things to figure out here. Let's take a look at what our high-speed CAN bus looks like, because let me take a look and show you guys this capture from before. Let me open this. Take a look. You're going to see, I'm going to go open. This is when I first got on the vehicle. This is what the high and low speed bus look like, and you can tell, take a look there. What is our bias voltage supposed to be on CAN? Not 1.98, it should be 2.5. You can see there's a problem. So let me go ahead and take a look at the at that network one more time. In fact, here, let me just hit the play button. I'm gonna hit the play button on the scope. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit this real quick. See if we're at 2.5. I'm gonna add some voltage there. There we go. Oh yeah, this is way better than before. It does look a little fuzzy, but I'm not worried about that, guys. It's probably gonna be okay. See how we're about 2.5 volts there, and I'll go to the other one. Beautiful. Yeah, so that connector is what was causing us the problems. That is what's going on.
All right, everybody, so as you see there, we're using the AES Wave U Isolate Test Lead Kit. Super helpful. This is a great tool. If you don't have it and you're doing this type of work, I'd recommend getting something of the sort. They make a great product, and it works really well for me. Be sure to check out Hands-On Auto Training. We got other training on the website. And also, if this content is helping you and you like it, and you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. You guys know what to do. Have a great day. Bye-bye.